Now in this YouTube video, I will go through the resume that got Akeiva a tax internship at one of the most reputable accounting firms called PwC. And after that, I'll provide you with the most important resume tips that could help you land plenty of interviews. Now before we start, I want to thank Akeiva for letting me show you a successful resume. Now if you're interested in content about taxes and personal finance, then check out our YouTube channel via the link in the description down below. Now without further ado, let's check out the resume. Okay, so this is what the resume looks like, and right off the bat I notice a simple layout and format. Now if you want to download Akeiva's resume template or these professional and matching resume and cover letter templates, then check out the links in the description for more information. Alright, let's start at the header section. Now here you need to include your personal information, so your name, your phone number, your email and LinkedIn address, so that the hiring manager can easily get in touch with you. Now you can also include your personal website URL if you want to showcase projects you've worked on through the years. Now Akeiva left her address in here, which is a good thing, because then the company knows if they need to fly you in or not. Now you don't need to put the full address in here, but only the city and state you live in. Okay, that brings us to the education section. So put your university or school you've attended, degree, majors and minors in here. And like Akeiva did, also include your GPA score if it is above 3.5. Now if you graduated with high honors, you should also showcase and highlight it in your resume. Now, although she used bold text to highlight her university, I would suggest making the other part stand out a bit more, using italics and bullet points. The same goes for the relevant courses section. Although she included all the relevant information and made it easy to scan through, she could have made it a bit more appealing in my opinion. I gotta give Akeiva credits for including her anticipated graduation date. It is a very important detail when you are applying for an internship. Like Akeiva mentioned in her resume video, companies like PwC are looking to give job offers after internships. So these big four companies, they want to know when you are planning to graduate and that you have a certain amount of credit hours to sit for your CPA exam before you start. Okay, so next up we have the skills section. Now I noticed that many applicants with little working experience list soft skills without providing any context. So these words are meaningless to the reader. Instead of writing strong written communication, you could write something along the lines of wrote and published around 100 articles on my personal finance blog in 2020. See what I did here? I quantified my writing experiences to inform the reader about my soft skill. Now, I would suggest using this section for technology-related accounting skills. Think of your proficiency with, for example, Excel, QuickBooks, SQL, Oracle, etc. Okay, so let's go to the next part. I noticed that Akeiva has some great working experience. Here, for example, she was the financial vice president of her student association, which demonstrates her leadership qualities. And that is something that reputable companies like PwC like to see. Akeiva also used action verbs to start most of these sentences, like manage, prepare, worked, assisted, etc. Well done. She could have mixed up some of these words though. For example, she used assisted 3 times, one after the other. Now after her experiences, she included her honors, activities and professional organizations. Now I would merge and rearrange this part with the education and relevant courses section. Now the top part of your resume is what the hiring manager is going to see first. So if your last couple of jobs are more important than, for example, your educational background, then you should mention your experience first and education second. But when it concerns an internship, some employers actually value recent schooling over working experience. Now, this resume doesn't have an interest section. Well, it's not a requirement, but if you have some unique interests or interests related to the job requirements, I would advise you to add it to your resume. See it this way, there's a chance that the reader of your document is the person that will spend 10 hours a day working with you. So if you come across as a multifaceted person with genuine interests, your chances obviously increases. But remember, many applicants include commonly used interests, like watching Netflix, traveling, or socializing. But then you appear as someone that is kind of dull. Try to make your interest section a bit more quirky. So instead of saying watching Netflix, you could write something along the lines of binge-watched Ozark or great fan of Marty Byrde in the series Ozark. Okay, perhaps skip that last sentence because he was a financial advisor of a big money laundering operation. Anyway, I hope you get the idea. Next up, I want to quickly cover the most important resume tips. First off, pick a suitable font of font size. Calibri, Arial or Times New Roman will do. And make sure the body text is in between the 10 and 12 point font size. And headers should be larger, around 13 to 16 point font size. Furthermore, a professional resume has margins of 1 inch on all sides, which is similar to the normal settings in Microsoft Word. Also, make sure that each sentence is single-spaced with a white space in between each section. Secondly, use the reverse chronological method to your resume, and that means you need to describe your most recent job or advanced degree first, and move backwards in time for every subsequent position or event, unless, for example, older coursework is more specific to the internship, then you should list that first. Thirdly, showcase relevant experience. In the case of a tax internship, you should include experiences that prove your ability to explain difficult and complex technical issues, both written and verbally, or that you can integrate and work effectively in a team environment. And of course your experience in preparing federal, state and international tax returns. Fourthly, keep your resume short, concise and to the point. Don't exceed the one-page document. Now if you can't tell the whole story on a one page, or if you want to show more of your work, you can include a link or QR code to your personal website. Now adding a QR code to the top right corner of your document brings a coolness factor to your resume. Now this is obviously not a requirement, but it certainly attracts the reader's attention. Now making this QR code is really easy. Go to the qrcodegenerator.com and enter, for example, the URL of your LinkedIn profile. And there we go. Okay, so I know that Word can be really annoying when it concerns the layout of your document. Now, if you want to put the QR code right in the upper section, you go to the Layout tab, Wrap Text, and select In Front of Text, and then you can move it to wherever you want. At last, make sure to properly send your resume. Now, if there are no employer's instructions on how to submit the resume, then I would advise you to send your resume in a PDF format or Word document. In addition, make sure to save your file accordingly. So, name, surname, resume. Now all these little but important points of attention can make the difference between getting hired or not. Okay, that's it for this video. Now, if you've made a successful resume or have any questions, then leave a comment down below and I'll respond as soon as possible. Also, if this video was helpful, then a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Check out my other YouTube videos if you need more information about writing a cover letter or resume. For now, thanks again for watching and see you next time. Bye!